A former senior special assistant to ex-President Goodluck Jonathan on public affairs, Dr. Okukpe, has called on the federal government to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, if that would restore peace in the southeast geopolitical zone. This is as Okukpe, who decried the spate of violence in Anambra State, noted that the freedom and or life of the IPOB leader was more important than the November 6 governorship election in the state, which he observed risked flawed in the face of a militarized electoral process. The former presidential aide stated this in an exclusive interview with our correspondents in Abuja on the sideline of the National Convention of the People's Democratic Party. According to Okukpe, the Jonathan administration treated the issue of Boko Haram with a wave of the hand when it was not full-blown, adding, however, that both the last and current administrations had spent billions of dollars to battle Boko Haram, all to no avail. He said the Anambra State election is no doubt a security nightmare and a major cause for concern for many Nigerians, whether we like it or not. IPOB has become an established army of resistance for self-determination in the southeast. Also, we must come to accept that the Biafra ideology has come to stay, although it is self-evident that the major stakeholders of this movement are predominantly youth. The adults themselves share the concerns of these fighting youth, even though they may prefer a different approach to achieving the same goals. Unfortunately, also, concurrent events in the nation make the counsels of the elders untenable and therefore unacceptable to the warring youth. The police have deployed 34,000 officers. We do not know the numbers for the military and civil defense institutions. To the average citizens in Anambra State, this militarization and over-policing, though inevitable, can nevertheless be comforting. From my own projection, no fewer than 50,000 of normally voting population purely out of fear and apprehension will stay in their house and avoid voting. If this happens, the election itself becomes substantially flawed. This is because a major ingredient of democratic suffrage, free and fair, will be absent. Why one must of necessity concede to the federal government that it should not normally tolerate or succumb to internal threat to peace and good order. Perhaps it is now time to seek the seemingly elusive peace in the southeast. I hereby call on the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu if that will bring peace in the southeast zone, especially Anambra State. Nnamdi Kanu should be released for the sake of peace and order in that region. Nigerians are in pain, Nigerians are suffering, and we can't afford war, whether local, regional, or national. We don't need it, we need peace. Nnamdi Kanu is more important than the Anambra State governorship election. We need peace in all parts of this country, and if the release of Nnamdi Kanu will bring peace in Anambra State and the entire southeast zone, please, the federal government should release him now. He added, I call on the federal government at this point of our national history to invite the leadership of IPOB to a peace meeting. The government should listen to the complaints of the youth from the southeast region and see how a true solution can be negotiated. I say this as someone who was part of government when Boko Haram was in its wake of infancy. The presumed might of the federal government made it look pretorious for the government to call a ragtag group to a negotiating table. Now, after more than 10 years, thousands of deaths, human tragedies, and millions of internal human displacements, and with billions of dollars down the drain, I am convinced that it was indeed an error not to have negotiated with peace ab initio. Historically, since the mid-1990s, no insurgency once fully established lasts less than 15 years on the average. This is what I would like to remind this administration. Nigeria cannot afford to sustain another major internal rebellion for another 15 years. Everybody has been calling on Buhari. They are not ready. All of these things are very, very simple. They're not the problem. When Buhari will stand his ground that when it comes to the issue of appointments, he will say nothing. There's nothing anybody can do to him. He will tell you that a Nigerian must be patriotic in the sense that they have to patronize what we produce. But he does not do that. He does not do that. See our exchange rates now. He does not, but he's not bothered. It doesn't concern him. Insecurity for where? Nothing. It's just like a one having a pharaoh. He will do what he wants to do. And they have a different, all of these things that you guys are talking about, a lot of people have come out to suggest to them, which they are not supposed to even suggest to them. Because they have a different agenda, they will not want to succumb to all of this advice being given to them. They know exactly what the people want. And a situation whereby we think that it is only a lot of people, a lot of other regions are just pretending. We all are suffering. We all are suffering. It's just that it is the IPOB members that have that gut to say no. This we must talk. But the rest ones are just keeping quiet. I beg you. So it's as if the rest people from other regions are really enjoying. Everything is fine, as if the suffering that we are talking about in this country is peculiar to only the Southeast people. We are deceiving ourselves. And that is one bad thing that people are not even noticing. Everybody just like, let us just continue to manage. It does not matter. The suffering don't already there. That is the mindset of other regions. Everybody say, oh, so that there will be peace in Southeast. There will be peace. Recently, the Fulani Esme, we learned that they sent message to your community. Nobody is saying anything. It was as if somebody it doesn't matter until it will happen. Even if it happens, they will not still do anything. Anybody can hold OPC go to North and begin to tell them we are going to do this, we are going to do that. Is it possible? Recently now, was it not yesterday or today? Over 40 bandits invaded Abuja University. The IGP left there and went to Lagos where a building collapsed. They don't take it serious. They don't take all of those things serious. So everybody is marginalized. The idea of it's only the IPOB, they are the ones this and that. We are deceiving ourselves. We are deceiving ourselves. That is just the truth. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.